The lesson.
Oh yeah.
Now, for the people who are not necessarily familiar with, I guess your background, your history, tell us first of all, like where exactly you're from.
Right. I grew up in a place called Campbelltown in southwest Sydney. It's about an hour southwest of Sydney CBD. And it's an awesome place, man. I mean, when I grew up, it was a pretty rough area, and there's a lot of crime and violence and that sort of stuff, and it's easy to fall into that sort of hole. But at the same time, there's a lot of inspiring things going on around it, and it's one of the most culturally diverse places in the world. So, it's quite interesting like that, It's awesome. It made me who I am coming from there, bro. For sure.
And so you've been there you're still living there now?
Well, not at the moment. No, I have my baby girl and started a family. We moved up North Coast just a little bit, a few hours north. But, I give my daughter the best opportunity I can, man, But, the place always holds big spot in my heart, man. My family lives there still, and, it's my home, man. Seatown.
People would refer to it as the hood, But as me personally, as someone that's never been there, I got no idea. And I think Cursor really put the place on the map. I mean, I think it was it might have been
definitely
catching wreck before that for other various reasons.
Yeah, within Sydney it was, but I think he put it on the map, like, nationwide, hey. Definitely. Look, the thing about Campbelltown, like Liverpool, like Fairfield, like a lot of southwest Sydney, is that in the 70s and 80s they put public housing blocks there, thinking it was going to work, and then we had areas, and Campbelltown happened to be an area where there was a few of those housing blocks within Campbelltown. Those Aids, Minto, Claymore, Macfields, Glenfield. There's more, heaps more. I don't know. That's all within the one town. So that's obviously where, got its rep from. There was drug and violence within those housing blocks and stuff, and I guess that's why it was looked at as a ghetto. Now they've knocked a lot of those down, those places. More than half I named there are gone and rebuilt into flats. And they're trying to just spread everybody out now. So,
it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Yeah, you can understand.
Yeah.
Why a place where people were segregated with no money, drugs and violence, man, things are going to happen. The town is going to get a rep because of it. People are going to be the product of that town. People are a product of their environment.
So tell us how you got into the whole music thing.
And that's a big story, eh? Like I said, growing up there, I had a lot of influences around me, I was lucky, man. School I went to, and a lot of mates, and even the other kids around it, there was a lot of underground music happening. Like, there was a lot of hip hop, there's a lot of underground punk rock and hardcore, and things like that as well. And they were sort of really mixed, There was this underground network where whatever gig was on, you'd go down to, So we had a lot of different influences and stuff, and there was a big, like, do-it-yourself theme, and from bands who did come from southwest Sydney and Sydney in general at that time, So I was really inspired by this underground movement then, and my cousins got me into music too when I was starting. Like, they were musicians and stuff, and they were always playing instruments, and my grandparents, my nan was a piano player and stuff, and she was always playing piano when I was young, and my pop was a drummer, and it was just, I felt it was in the blood, man. I loved music from day one, and fuck, how I got into it. Like I said, being influenced at that age, growing up there, with all that going on around me, it was perfect timing for me to just to go home and have my thoughts myself, man, pick up a guitar and try and learn that, and try and learn how to play drums, and just get involved and do what was happening around me, man. It was so inspiring, And I think where I'm from has a big part to play for me getting into that sort of stuff. Cursor too, all of us.
The lesson.
Oh yeah.